Suggestion. He might not be the final decision maker, but the fact that he's working or collaborating with the government, he's not the final decision maker. So it was a good suggestion for him to ask the government for compensation. I agree with my colleagues that compensation cannot bring back life, but it might be part of the consolation. And so his call is welcomed. I think the government should look at it. But I think there are many other issues that have not been resolved, that need to be resolved, which requires collective effort. It's just not about one individual. There are various departments that are involved. There are various individuals that are involved. And I want to say that from the conversation that we started the national breakfast, where there was a long deliberation on...
I have to apologize. There's a technical issue that needs to be sorted out even as we continue. I don't know if Bwana Mutambo is okay now. Yes, Bwana Mutambo, I'm told you're now okay.
Nominated Member of Parliament SABINA Chege has clarified former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's role in the current government administration, stating that while he is working closely with President William RUTO, he does not hold any executive power or participate in cabinet decisions. Speaking during an interview on Morning Cave on TV47, Chege addressed Raila's recent remark regarding the compensation for the victims of the Gen Z-led protest in 2024 October. She noted that the matter had already been discussed during the National Prayer Breakfast, emphasizing that while Raila is involved in national conversation, he does not have the authority to final decision on such matters. Chege further highlighted that Odinga's role is primarily consultative and any proposal he brings forward must go through official government structure and processes before implementation. This clarification comes amid ongoing public debate over Raila's influence in the RUTO-led government following their renewal cooperation. Turning to parliament performance, the legislator acknowledged shortcomings in handling of the controversial 2024 finance bill. She admitted that lawmakers had failed to adequately scrutinize the content of the bill before passing it. According to her, the Treasury at the time was also partially to blame, as its leadership was disconnected from the public and struggled to communicate the implication of the finance bill proposed effectively.
Suggestion. He might not be the final decision maker, but the fact that he's working or collaborating with the government, he's not the final decision maker. So it was a good suggestion for him to ask the government for compensation. I agree with my colleagues that compensation cannot bring back life, but it might be part of the consolation. And so his call is welcomed. I think the government should look at it. But I think there are many other issues that have not been resolved, that need to be resolved, which requires collective effort. It's just not about one individual. There are various departments that are involved. There are various individuals that are involved. And I want to say that from the conversation that we started the national breakfast, where there was a long deliberation on...
I have to apologize. There's a technical issue that needs to be sorted out even as we continue. I don't know if Bwana Mutambo is okay now. Yes, Bwana Mutambo, I'm told you're now okay.
The whole issue of Raila joining RUTO came in after the discussion that was in Bomas, which also Kalonzo was a chair. I think they were co-chair with Kimani Ichung'wah. It's good to look at the history. And there were things that they agreed on how they want this country to move forward. And many things have happened after that. There are people who have joined government who are in opposition, and there are things that has already happened. And so the gist of the matter was that they were supposed to work together so that they were genuine concern. I think there were those 9 points that were brought up by the ODM side when they were signing with UDA, which they were supposed to really sort out and work together to see how we move this country forward. One thing I want to say is that I don't think there's anyone who has come in who has been perfect 100%. And collaborations come in. We've seen even when the elections come in, collaborations happen for a purpose and for things that people agree that this is what we would want to move this country together. And that's what happened when Raila came in. Whether it has happened or not, that's a discussion and a debate.
The main debate here is whether or not it is fair for Raila Odinga to distance himself from anything that, or any criticism directed towards this administration. Is it fair for him, even politically?
I don't think Raila Odinga is a co-president. and he's also a Kenyan, so he can give suggestions as a Kenyan. He is not a co-president. By the fact that they are collaborating with William Samoei Ruto as a president doesn't mean that he doesn't sit in the cabinet. He is not a decision maker. He can suggest, he can make a suggestion, and whether the president implements it or not, it's at the choice of the president to either listen to him or not. He cannot be able to bulldoze, but he can suggest. I wouldn't say that he should keep quiet because he's part of the government. It's good for him, and I think we have also seen contradicting also suggestions coming from his own members, where some of them are very hard on the government, where some of them are in the government and also working with the government. So Raila as a Kenyan, I think it's fair for us to allow him to be and to give his suggestion as a Kenyan, because he's not a president.
Do you think he should carry some of the baggage for this administration?
I don't think so, because I think he gave conditions. If you listened very well when Sifuna read the points and he said, this is our, our asking, our bare minimum. So the question I think Kenyans should be asking themselves is, how long would this collaboration last? Because it was kind of conditional that these are the 9 points that we need the government to work toward. And is the government putting efforts towards those 9? I think there were 9 points that they suggested. So is the relationship or collaboration going to survive? Right. I think that's the big question, and that's what